Dump him. Okay? Dump him. Listen to me. You might be wondering, Marley, what are you talking about? Saying dump him, like aren't you in a relationship now? Well, A, I guess I better catch you guys up because we haven't talked in a minute, but B, yes, I am in a relationship, and yes, I'm still pro dump your boyfriend. I'm always going to be pro dump your boyfriend. And let me tell you why. I love being single. Contrary to the fact that I am in a very happy, healthy relationship right now with a man, um, I loved to be single. And I don't want to say I still do because like I'm not single and I'm very happy in my relationship, but like I love the idea of being single. I feel like a lot of people are very scared at the idea, and some people would just rather be comfortable in the discomfort of their relationship than face actual growth and move on, essentially. Um, there was so many times when I had friendships and relationships when I was like in my early teens where I knew something felt off. I knew that it definitely wasn't like a great situation, but I felt like I couldn't really leave because I think like as humans, we're naturally social creatures and you wonder, what do I do without this person? What does my life look like if they're not in my day to day? Even if in your day to day that person bothers you, if your partner and you always fight and it's like not even good, you still like are used to that. Like that's like a pattern of thinking. That's like a habit you have and a habit that you have to break. Fighting with them, the tension, the awful texts coming in, the like annoying phone calls, like whatever toxicity may look like. And it may not even be toxic. I'm kind of just getting on a tangent. That's what I do here, if you didn't know. Bottom line is, I think we all need to learn how to be single and enjoy it because if you are just so miserable being single that you force yourself into every single relationship, like you're single for like a week and that's it, you need help, babe. And like not in like a you're ill and you need help way, like you just need to work on it, like we need to see someone, we need to talk to someone, we need to look inward, do some self-reflection even because I I used to be that girl. Like I want to preface that like everything I say on here, first, I'm not a doctor, so I'm never going to give you actual medical or psychological advice other than what I've learned in my psych degree journey so far and my personal life experience. But but with that being said, everything I say, yes, take it with a grain of salt, but also I feel like I've lived like a lot of different lives, to be quite honest. Um, I feel like I'm a person who likes to experience in general. Like, I like to say when the goal is an experience, you're always going to be satisfied and you're always going to be happy with the experience because your goal wasn't to win $1 million. Your goal wasn't to leave the bar with, a one night stand. Your goal was just to simply experience. And if that is your goal, you are always going to be satisfied and get something from it. So, I keep getting like kind of philosophical and then like getting on other tangents here, but again, that's what I do, guys. That's what I do. So welcome to it. But with that being said, I have been there. Like I have been a serial dater. I have been insecure. I have been cheated on. Like I want you guys to know that on this platform it's supposed to be a safe space for me to talk to you guys, for you guys to listen, and I always love feedback. If you want to DM me, whatever. Um, I talk about all types of subjects, including tougher or more, I guess, controversial subject matter, because I have a wealth of knowledge and like a background on the topic. It is never going to be that I'm talking about something that I've no fucking clue what I'm talking about. That's not the point of this platform. I want to be relatable, and I also just like I do this for myself as well. I love to explain my ideas, my patterns of thinking, analyze other people's patterns of thinking and their behaviors, nature versus nurture, all of that. Um, so that being said, well, first of all, hi guys. Hi guys. I missed you guys. I definitely had a little hiatus. The time I'm recording this, it's January of 2026, and I have not uploaded to this platform since summer of 24. So about a year and a half ish, a year and a half off. It does not mean that I never recorded any content because I totally did, but none of it was uploaded because honestly, I've had so much other shit going on that I haven't been able to put in the true time, effort, and dedication that I want to my podcast, and I'm not going to upload anything half-ass. I don't believe in that. I don't want to do that to you guys. I don't want to do that to myself. I like to share content that I am proud of and will continue to be proud of. For example, yes, I was only, 2 years younger when I first started making podcasts, so, not that long ago, but I am still very proud of each and every one of my episodes that I have from then. And I still forward them to people. I'm still very proud to like sell myself per se, like sell my podcast to people. Um, and honestly, what I want to do with it has not changed much at all. This is my baby. This is my little creative love. And I love to work on it and put time into it when I can. And I honestly just had not had a lot of time until recently. Um, so I don't want to talk about me too much, to be honest. I don't. If you guys know me, you know me. If you don't, you'll figure it out. And please feel free to go listen to my other episodes too. Go to the website, my Instagram. But I have just been really busy with school and moving around. I had a lot of family, friendship, just like personal life things happen. And yeah, I would say in 2025, it was like a good, but it was a rough year. I'll say that. And not even in like a bad way. Like I learned a lot. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. So bottom line is I'm here now. It's my final semester as a college student. I'm getting my bachelor's in psychology with a minor in sociology. And if that doesn't fit my platform right now and everything I'm saying, I don't know what does. I'm just a people person. I adore people. I love communication. I love art of any sort. And I just love to help all of those things work together and inspire one another. So I'm so happy to be back with you guys. And since I am in my last semester, my schoolwork is a little lighter because I only have a few courses left. So I am really going to try to get back into this because again, like hopefully I publish this because I've recorded things and I just like haven't felt like they're good enough to publish. So I'm really like trying to get back into it. Like that was part of my New Year's resolution was to get back into my creative spirit and back into my podcast because this is a platform that I have really gotten great feedback on when I was doing it. And I also, again, like I said, it's good for me. I love to talk to you guys and I could talk all day in general. So, okay, now back to why I was telling you to dump your boyfriend. I think that life is way too short for us to literally only care about romantic relationships. And you might be like, Marley, well, duh. Okay, well, no. First of all, as a woman, if you look back 100 years ago, a woman, I mean, even like 60 years ago, women couldn't even like open their own credit card accounts. They couldn't even like vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying we have, we're working towards equality and we need to relish in that. Like, you don't have to do what your ancestors did. You don't have to go from boyfriend to boyfriend. You don't have to be the cheerleader and date the man on the football team, okay? You can do whatever you want. And that doesn't mean that you can't be the cheerleader and date the boy on the football team. Do it, please. Like, if that's what tickles your pickle, if that's what makes you happy. Bottom line is, I think we need to embrace how to be single and how to enjoy it and stop rushing ourselves into finding partners because that's what it was. I mean, people used to get married off at 19. I think my grandma's mom was like literally married when she was 18. And I mean, they go younger. They do like 14-year-olds were getting married like in like the 1800s. Are you kidding me? It's absurd. It's absurd. And I know I'm getting a little too deep into it here, but that's what I'm trying to say is that it does go deep. It goes deep. And as much as I don't know, I get that like History wasn't my favorite subject, but it is true that you have to be educated on the past to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes in the future. And yeah, like look at this. Like women are finally getting the recognition they deserve. Like everyone's kind of like a man hater and is like, okay, women can be single and women can date each other and be queer and be girl bosses and open their own business and change their hair, change the way they look, and like still be women and still be feminine. Yeah, be very true to who they are. Like being a woman doesn't look one way. And I think in that, getting to know yourself without having someone else in the picture is so important because I'm not saying I'm not anti-relationship. It's just that like especially if you get into relationships at a young age, how are you supposed to know if you are being influenced or if your ideas are completely your own? If you are literally so deeply warped in someone else's life and like their morals and values and opinions, you know? And I feel like I was totally someone who was like dating in high school and always cared about how I came off to the public eye, how I looked, and all of that, like more so than how I actually felt in my own relationship and what I wanted out of a romantic relationship. And I also want to say that as much as I was the girl who was a serial dater and I was insecure and I had a bunch of issues and, you know, clearly just like ran from guy to guy at certain times in my life, I think I was single for like 2.5 years, it was over 2 years before I got in a relationship that I'm in right now. So, yes, I was a serial dater in high school. Now, as I'm in my final year of college, I was single for like the last 2.5 years. I did my thing, like, and by did my thing, I mean like I was single. Like, I'm not into hookup culture. If you want to hear more on that, have a whole episode titled Hookup Culture, but um I did my thing. Like I was single, guys, and I loved it. I loved it. So yes, I'm in a happy, healthy relationship now, but it is not because I'm scared to be alone. It's because I literally adore my partner and he makes my life better and he supports me in every way that he possibly could and I support him and yeah, it's like we live two separate lives, but when we come together, we it's beautiful, you know, like we fit in perfectly into each other's lives, but it's not like we have one life that we've like morphed together because we're both 20. We're so young. I'm honestly, I've said this, I'm sure, in another episode. I don't want kids, and I'm totally open to the idea of kids if, you know, that changes, but I've always said I don't think I want kids. And I love the idea of like traveling the world, being my independent self, growing myself, being good to myself, doing everything for myself that like I've always wanted to do and that maybe like I felt like I didn't get out of other relationships. I want to ultimately have the closest and most best relationship with myself because I think that improves your relationship with everyone around you a million times over. Because think about it. If you are unhappy with yourself, like let me give you an example. Okay? I'm just gonna like I'm gonna get like unphilosophical. I'm gonna like break it down into example. One time I went to work and I did not feel cute. I did not have time to get ready that morning. My skin was really bad. My outfit wasn't cute. It was just like a t-shirt. It was like really the laziest thing I could wear to the job I currently have. And when people were coming in, like clients and stuff, and I was interacting with them, I really was not like that as happy. Like I wasn't in a great mood because I didn't feel great. Like as much as, you know, I think looks are completely up to you and they're the least important thing about you, I do feel that look good, feel good applies to me. Like when I look better, I feel better and I do better in general on most occasions, okay? And I just remember like interacting with this client and being like, oh my God, like they probably just like think I'm like insecure or like not that outgoing or like not cute or something. And I just had these like self doubt, like I guess, like these self doubt thoughts in my head. And I was like, oh, like no. And if I would have just gotten ready for work that day and like made myself a nice breakfast and like given myself more time to like slow down and kind of like romanticize my life a little, then I probably would have enjoyed the conversation with that person so much more and been so much more present, but I was in my head. And again, that's a very surface level, like physical, like ideologized, like is that a word? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's low key like 1 in the morning. But that's, yeah, a simple example. But when you love yourself more, you love others around you more. Like I completely, completely, completely believe that. And that doesn't mean if you hate someone that you love them. That doesn't mean that at all. But like if you're a person that's full of love, I don't even think you do hate anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I want to get to that level. I love that. And I want to be that level of unbothered. Like, okay, let me give you another example of like something that really scares me. I see sometimes people who have been dating since they were like 13, 14, I mean, even 17, I don't care. Like young, 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 like pre-adult life dating someone and then they get married, whatever. Let's say you date your partner since you were 14, you get married when you're like 25, and then you're together forever. That sounds so scary to me. Some people are probably like, oh my God, that's so cute. No, that's like really weird to me. That's really scary. And you might be like, Marley, what's wrong with you? Well, let me tell you. I don't think anything's wrong with me, actually. I think that's like so alarming because you never got to grow into yourself or know yourself apart from the person standing next to you and the person that you have committed to. Because that's the thing is like, if I'm a partner to someone, I want to be a fully committed partner. But I also, again, want to have fully committed to myself prior to committing to anyone else. And if you are with someone when you're not even like 18 years, like you, and 18 is still so fucking young, by the way. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have been with someone like your entire like adolescence and like even childhood, and then you're together, like, sure, I guess there's some beauty in that. Like, there's beauty in stability and safety and that friendship if it is a healthy relationship. But like, you didn't even get to look anywhere else. You didn't even get to educate yourself on like other things. Like here's like another good example. I'm a bisexual, if you guys didn't know. Shocker, I know. I never had any experience with women at all until I got to college. Because when I was in high school, I am from Missouri and I grew up just, in this little predominantly white, like suburban town. And it was really just all heterosexual couples, to be honest. Like that's all I saw. Like the only gay couple I knew was like women wise was like a mask lesbian on like a mask lesbian, like Butch Carpenter vibes. And I mean that in like no offensive way at all. That's just like what it was. It was like you're like a Butch Carpenter, you're like cutting the wood, or you're like a blue collar worker woman who's like a lesbian. I never saw femme on femme representation. And although, again, I have a boyfriend, love my boyfriend, but in women, I feel like I typically am attracted to women who are feminine, who kind of look like me, have a similar vibe to me, and are a little girly per se. And it's not limited to that at all, but I didn't even realize I was like bisexual. Like, seriously, like, I mean, I was never opposed to it because I think labels are dumb as shit. And I think coming out is like anti progressive because straight people don't have to come out. So why would I come out as a bi? I don't know. It's weird. It's like if I pop out with a girl one day, you'll know. And that's that. Whatever. Anyway, that's my opinion on it. But I never had any representation around me of like actual real like bisexual people. So and honestly, like I said, I was going through my own shit. I was young. I was hopping from boyfriend to boyfriend and everyone around me had a boyfriend. So I was preoccupied, to say the least. I was preoccupied. And honestly, there was like you just go through so much. Like your brain, your body, you're growing so much when you're young. And you're like, I was dealing with my own parental issues, relationship issues, mental health issues. I had so much going on that I don't know how I was also supposed to navigate sexuality when I had no idea what even lies beyond the rainbow per se. Like I didn't even know the half of it, right? So then as I got more educated, like moved out to college, came to Arizona and stuff, I was like, why don't I try everything? Like, why don't I go on a date with a girl? Like, why not? Like, why wouldn't I? Like, whatever. And I don't know, like that, for example, was like so influential in like me discovering more about myself and my identity. Because if I never would have done that, like, if I would have stayed in a relationship since I was like 16 with like those boys I was dating, I literally would not even know like this other side to myself to its full extent. Like, yes, I would feel it. And yes, I've always been like, okay, like there is something like intrinsically like a little different there. But again, I wouldn't be able to explore and tap into it and be curious because it's like I would have had a partner. And like I said, when I'm with a partner, I'm going to commit to them. I'm going to be a good partner, or else I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to be single because I love to be single. And I think it's easy. I think it's easy to be single. That's another unpopular opinion. I think it's so easy. You don't owe anyone the time of day. You don't have to literally tell anyone what you're doing. You can do whatever you want. The entire thing. You're not buying anyone gifts. You're not buying anyone food. It's like all up to you. You get to make all your own decisions. Some people hate that, but I think if you hate that, it's because you haven't learned how to make your own decisions. Sorry. Sorry. You need to learn to have your own opinions and make your own decision. And that doesn't mean that you have to be the most opinionated person in the room. It just means that you need to know how to like entertain yourself. Okay? Like I am just someone who is very independent. Like I cannot imagine relying on anyone for anything, which is funny because my boyfriend's so good to me and he like wants me to and I'm just like no. Like yeah, I don't know. Props to him for putting up with me. It should be like, nice to be in a partnership where someone does show up for you and like does these small things for you, but when you're single, it's like take that power back. Like you own your entire life and you can literally do whatever you want. Like, not that you can't do things when you're in a relationship, but like, I don't know, you do have more of a consideration for the person's like future and their feelings and their time and their family and their opinions. And things can be more complicated, to put it quite honestly. When I was single, I feel like in general, I worried just a little less because I didn't have like someone that I was like in love with and like care for so much. And again, none of these are bad things. I'm just reflecting and like now that I am in a relationship, I worry about him and I worry about his life and his future. And when I was single, I was like, what what are we doing for dinner this week? When are we going out? Like, who do we want to re-download a dating app? Do we not? Do we want to kiss our friend? Do we not? Like, it's kind of just funny. Like, that's how I think of it. Like, being single, like, is very freeing. And I feel like people don't talk about that enough either. Um, anyway, like I said, I was getting into the like how you need to know yourself, right? And how important it is to know yourself before you're in a relationship. Well, I also am so pro dump your boyfriend because I think you will learn something new about yourself every single time. Without a fail, you will learn something new about yourself. Also, if you know me, you know, I love my grandpa, I love my brother, I love my dad. Okay, like I have some men in my life I love. Okay. But in general, I'm a man hater. I'm gonna say it. Like, men are the worst. They're the fucking worst. So yeah, I'm so pro dump your boyfriend. Like, have you guys seen Tell Me Lies? No, I don't want anyone even close to, even if you are 0.0001% like Steven from Tell Me Lies, get the fuck away from me. Like, I am so scared of you. In general, we just don't realize how beneficial it is to like sit with ourselves and sit with our thoughts and how good it is for your mental health. Like sometimes, again, I'm in a loving relationship, but a lot of the time I do just mute my phone. I turn off all my notifications on text, social media, everything. And I literally just sit there and reflect, or I listen to a podcast for an hour and I go on a 3 mile walk alone with myself, or I just do my makeup with myself, don't get on my phone for hours. Like, it is so important to know what you can do for yourself to make yourself happy. Like, is it going to the gym? Is it going to yoga? Is it journaling? Is it reading? Is it just looking in the mirror and like doing positive affirmations? Is it reading your horoscope? Is it going for a walk with your dog? Cuddling your cat? Like, you need to figure out how to feed your soul alone. Okay? If you are relying on someone else to feed your soul, that is like the key to heartbreak and like depression right there. Okay. Like, your happiness should never be in someone else's hands. And I'll say that till the day I die. And it might sound like a cliche, but it is so true. I love my boyfriend. We are in a great, healthy, happy relationship. He is literally so supportive of me. I would be okay if I was single. And I can say that. I can say that right here, right now. I would be so okay if I was single. You want to know why? Because I am my own person and he is his own person. and I am young. I'm 20, he's 20. We have so much growing to do, so much living to do, so much experiencing. We could each go through an experience that, has us, one of us starts growing in a different way, or one of us needs something different in, a year or two. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't think that relationships need to feel like a bind, okay? Relationships should feel like a privilege. And if they don't feel like a privilege, then I think you need to reevaluate that relationship. Like, for example, it is a privilege that I have my best friend Harper and that we live together because we have a relationship that we actively work on and that we've had for years and we nurture and we understand one another. And if for some reason that stopped happening or that relationship was taking something away from my life, that would be something I would need to reevaluate. The bottom line is, yes, humans are social creatures, but we are also our own person. And I think that gets so lost. Sometimes people morph into like the same person when they're dating. I've seen it before so many times, specifically in queer, like lesbian relationships. I have some lesbian friends that I'm like, you guys are just one person now. Like, you're literally one entity. Like, what happened to my friend? And that makes me sad too. It makes me so sad. It makes me so sad because I have so many girlfriends in my life actually that like I love them. I think they're the hottest, most coolest person I've ever met. And then they have some bum ass boyfriend. And I cannot stand that shit. Obviously, I'm not gonna name drop on here, guys. God. But this one girlfriend of mine has this boyfriend and he literally doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. My friend is just like this perfect, like sweet, beautiful, like perfect mamacita, okay? And she just like puts up with it. And in fact, like she is happy to. And that's what's crazy to me. I'm like, this cannot be exciting for you. Like, it doesn't really seem like he's adding anything positive to her life, to be honest. It really doesn't. So, anyway, back to relationships being a privilege. For example, right now, my current boyfriend and I have dated before, fun fact, years ago. But the reason that I said yes and that we're dating now is because it's different. And I wanted to make sure it was because we're adults now. We are not who we were in high school. And I'm not looking for what I was looking for in high school. I was in a place where I was very happy on my own. I have my own job, my own hobbies, my own friends. I live across the country from him. Yeah, we're long distance. That sucks. I don't care what way you split it, it sucks. And I adore him. And again, like, we're doing it. We're doing the damn thing. But it is just like, ugh, I'm such like a face-to-face person. I just like wish I could be with him all the time. So it's a privilege that that's our biggest issue is the fact that we are having this distance and that hurts and that sucks and like we miss each other a lot. But I'm grateful that that's our biggest issue because that means we're doing pretty good. I chose to date him because he adds to my life. He doesn't take away, he doesn't sabotage, he doesn't harm, he doesn't change. He just adds to my life and he meets me where I'm at. And I appreciate that more than anything because, for example, he came to visit me like 2 weekends ago and I had some work, I had some school to do, my semester had just started, and we had like some friends' birthday parties to attend, and I did not have to rework any of those plans when I found out that he could come at all because he fits seamlessly into my life. He gets along with my friends. He wants to do the same activities that I want to do. He supports me taking time to like go sit in my room alone and do my school if I need to. There's no pressure. There's no negativity because honestly, like we have a friendship first and that's also so important and so beautiful. But we just have like a very honest relationship. And I love that because the thing is, he knows that, long distance sucks, that I didn't want to do it for a really long time, and that it is hard for me, and that I am someone who like is outgoing and I enjoy the single life. And not that I want to, let me say, when I say I enjoy being single, I do not mean like hookup culture, like that aspect of being single. I like legitimately mean like I enjoy being alone, single. Like I just like to be single. Like if I wasn't with him, I wouldn't be with anyone, is what I'm saying. And I really liked it that way. And it's like he's in Kansas City, I'm in Arizona. He's living his own life and I'm living my own life. And as much as the long distance part totally sucks, it does force us to like really, really live our own lives because we physically cannot be together most of the time because we live 20-hour drive away, literally like states like across the country. Okay. So that kind of forces us to focus on our own stuff and our own social circles and communities and school. And I really appreciate that in a capacity because I love spending time with my boyfriend. So if he was more available and like accessible, like I'm sure we would be, you know, all over each other all the time and doing less stuff on our own. As much as like I think it would be better if we lived closer, obviously, for like obvious reasons, it is like healthy to have this like kind of relationship we have right now where we're building independently, but we can come together and it's in harmonize. I really appreciate that because I do not think that my life should be built around him or that his life should be built around mine or hobbies or vice versa because again, we are both individual people. I don't know if we'll be together for 5 months, 5 years, 5 decades. I don't know. Okay. But that's my point is I'm comfortable with that idea in general. Like because I'm comfortable with being single, as everyone should be. I think the world is just so vast and so interesting. And I think we have multiple soulmates in different ways. I could do a whole episode on that. I think you have platonic soulmates. I also think you have romantic soulmates. And I totally think that there's other types too. Like I'm gonna do a whole episode on types of friendships because I have really learned, especially since I got to college, that you can have friends that you see once a year, but you feel like you talk to like every day, but you don't. But you just stay close. You can have friends that you see, once a month, and then that's enough, and you never want to talk to them after that until you see them the next month. Like you can have like a variety of friendships and relationships, and I think that's beautiful. With that being said, I think we need different things depending on what stage of life we're in. And if, right now you're with someone and then, by the summertime, you guys aren't together anymore, that's okay. I think people would be like, oh, that's bad. Like, that's bad. Like, breakups are bad. Breakups are not bad. Okay? They're not bad. Like, sure, sometimes they can be bad. Obviously, they can be bad if you have like a rough breakup or someone cheated or, someone's abusive, like whatever. Yes, they can be bad. In general, I'm saying they can remind you who the fuck you are. They can help you get motivated, okay? Like, bring your spark back, go to the gym. Like, the reason I ever got into the gym in the first place was because I went through a really bad breakup. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And I don't know how to put energy into myself in ways that I haven't before that will feel meaningful. And that's how I started going to the gym. Yeah, I guess with all of this I'm saying is I'm so pro dump your boyfriend. And it's not only because, the rise of women in society and like how we need to take our power back and just tap into literally doing anything and everything we want to do and practicing like all of our freedoms. Obviously, I love that. But it's also like, I feel like dating people and being single is like educating yourself. You learn something more like the more you do it, right? Like practice makes perfect. So you date, and eventually you find the person that's meant for you because you've been dating, right? Because you like realize, oh, I didn't like this about this person, I didn't like that about them, and like this is what I'm looking for. Okay, well you also learn more about yourself and what you want out of a partner and what you like about yourself and your identity when you spend more time with yourself when you're single. And I think we're always growing, we're always evolving, and sometimes you just outgrow people, for example. That's an example of a breakup that is not bad. That's not bad. That just happens sometimes. And I feel like people get way too possessive of people in this day and age too. I fucking hate that. Do not tell me she is like yours or like you own anyone. Like fuck no, you don't own anyone. We all are our own people. And yeah, I think we have way too much accessibility to one another. And I again could do a whole episode on that. But I'm so pro dump your boyfriend because you're always gonna have a glow up. You're always gonna learn something. By the way, like I just see some men that are just like so evil and like the worst person you've ever seen, and they just have a dream of a girlfriend, and I'm like, she just doesn't know. Like she just does not know that there is someone out there that will literally worship the ground she walks on. And that was me too, guys. That was me too. Like I dated people and didn't realize that there was someone that would like treat me so right in my future, okay? But that's what I'm saying is you have to break the pattern to break the pattern. Like to realize that there is better, to move on. Like you have to start somewhere. And that starts with dumping your boyfriend. But yeah, so anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to my little rant tonight. It was so good to catch up with you guys. I really, really missed talking, and I know I was kind of scatterbrained. That's just how I am. Apologies in advance. But I hope you guys took something away about just like being present, being single, or in a relationship. And maybe you took something away about what a healthy relationship could feel like, because I did say a bit about how I'm in one now and how I kind of knew that, it was different and right. But I love to be single. And if my man is listening to this, I love you. I love you so much. But I also love myself, and I know I have to, and that's more important than anything in this world, truthfully. And that goes for every single one of you listening. If you do not appreciate yourself, you're not going to know how to appreciate anyone else. And you're not going to know how someone should appreciate you and treat you if you are unkind to yourself. So, with that being said, I think the new Tell Me Lies episode just came out, and I'm about to go watch it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. If you guys don't watch Tell Me Lies, go watch it right now, because I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought it was going to be too can't, not like campy, but like kind of like cringy. Like the acting's kind of like to some capacity, but no, it's so good. It's so good. And oh my God, you just have to watch it. You have to watch it. Okay, but I have to go cuddle with my cat. I'm so happy to be back, and thank you so much for listening, especially if you listened all the way through. You can always subscribe on whatever platform you listen to. I would love to see you again. And yeah, this is my passion project. I'm going to try to be more active on here for you guys. And that's definitely like, it was a New Year's resolution of mine. And like, I really do gain something out of recording and editing for y'all too. So love you guys. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And I can't wait to get off topic with you guys about a different subject next time. Okay, bye.